you mentioned twice now, take small losses and let profits run. That's essentially the expectancy formula. So it's basically how often are you right times how much you make on average when you're right, how often you're wrong times how much you lose when you're wrong. Take the difference, and if it's positive, keep doing it. If it's negative, stop immediately because it doesn't work, right? So in your experience, and I think this is perhaps one of the more difficult things about trend following in particular, is part of that formula. Every strategy has to go through the gauntlet of that formula. Do you think that the frequency of just being wrong all the time is something that contributes to the difficulty of properly executing what is ultimately, I would say, is one of the best strategies you can follow over the long term?
Oh, definitely, especially when you first get going. I know, okay, so one of the major rules was do the trades. You don't want to miss these outlier trades. And so the most important thing is to actually just do the trade. And so after the first week of trading, we all got a phone call from Rich, and he's like, how do you think you did this week? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I did very well. And he goes, well, how many trades did you do? I said, maybe like 10. And he said, how many do you think you should have done? I said, probably like 30. He's like, yeah, you got to do those trades. And so you can't miss these big outliers. And I think that is the most important thing. That's sort of the secret of trading is hit the outliers. And I think I've never had a trouble getting out of a losing trade necessarily, but I definitely had trouble anticipating if I did a trade, it might turn into a loss.
Right.
So I think you just have to get over that. And but really, at some point in time, after you've done it for so long, it's not that difficult, but it's always difficult for everyone to hang on to the big winners. You know, you get really afraid that, and Rich would say, you know, when you have a loss, you should be afraid it's going to get bigger, not hopeful that it's going to come back. And when you have a big profit, you should be hopeful that it's going to keep going and not afraid that it's going to get smaller. So there was a lot of little encouraging words like that over the years, but yeah, there's nothing more difficult than hanging on to those big trends. 5 or 10% of your trades are going to make all the money.